It's interesting. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the early days, there was a certain group of people whose names you recognized a lot. And it looks like some of them are here still, but a new group has sort of come in with new energy and is contributing a lot. And that's the nature of this sort of thing. So it is changing. I think the forums is a different feel than the newsletters. I think that Apple would do well to have a homepage for Swift the same way we did for Java, with someone who is an editor pushing things forward. It's harder to discover things. And so having community and bringing the community in to know when something's being discussed. If you think back to last year, the community also freaked out over function builders. It's like, you didn't ask us first, and now you're just putting this in. And so they withdrew it, and they worked on it. There are things that Apple is going to have to do to move things ahead without involving the community. And I think they've been generally a very good steward of Swift as open source. I think they've done a good job, especially for Apple. It's so foreign to who they are as a company. I think they've done. I don't know how you feel. I think they've done a good job.
Well, function builders are a particularly problematic example because they are fundamental to SwiftUI. SwiftUI would be an entirely different beast without function builders. But function builders didn't go through the revolution, and they shipped in Swift 5.1. So they're out there in the world to use now. They're underscored. You'll do @ function builder, but they're still out there and relied upon. And presumably, what Apple are hoping will happen is either the SwiftUI implementation of function builders will go through fairly well, or at least won't break SwiftUI. Because, I mean, in theory, it goes through evolution again, and people go, "No, we still hate this. This is still a terrible idea. We want dramatic changes." And then what would they do?
Well, I think what they've said is the things that will change aren't the things that really affect SwiftUI, but we see function builders as being broader than SwiftUI. And if you look at some of the things that Doug Greger has put into, they're in Swift 5.3, but being able to do values inside of closures and some of the if statements inside of closures, they've added an awful lot working with generics inside of these closures that will definitely benefit function builders. And so those things will roll out. And I think they said they're about ready to put it back up on evolution, but it seems to me we're running out of time. I think they said Swift 5.3 branches cut in April, mid-April.
It is looking like Swift 5.3 is going to be early beta at dub 20, insofar as anything can be at a virtual event anymore. But the thing is, with the dub events, it's one of those Swift releases that has time to mature. Because they don't release in June, they release beta 1 in June the 3rd, or the date they actually announce, and then the final version comes early September. So it might be a good time to say, yes, this new function builder work that Doug is doing, and it's amazing, wonderful stuff that will really help simplify the way we write SwiftUI. I think that's likely to come in Swift 5.3 in June the date, and then actually be in the maturation stage until September the 13th or so, approximately, when it finally ships. And selfishly, I really want to see function builders, not with an underscore, but really function builders, ship in iOS 14 in the next Mac OS, because I want it to be fully baked. I don't want another year. It's unfortunate because Swift is not on the same schedule as the OS, but SwiftUI is. And so, that keeps us from doing that. Yeah. So you mentioned...
And I've been thinking... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
I've been thinking about this combinator stuff that I think I was talking about at Spain when we were talking. And function builders makes that so nice and so a nice way of thinking of things. And so combine is not combinators, but once you start thinking these little pieces that don't depend on outside, it would be a nice notion. And boy, there's an app I wish someone would build that would help us visualize that.
Yeah,